Hey everybody, this is White Mojo Wolf, and today I'm going to talk about my initial impressions of Cyberpunk from when I played it back in 2020 and 2021. So don't get mad at me if you feel like you're being clickbaited, because you're not. These are just my original impressions from 3, 4 years ago when I first played. Well, I guess it'd be 2, 3 years ago. Anyway, when Cyberpunk came out in December of 2020, it was known for its issues, and we'll say it like that. I mean, a lot of people are saying the next Fallout 76. CD Projekt Red was kind of being shady about it, only wanting people to use certain footage, only wanting to use it on PC, and everyone's like, "What the hell's going on?" Because it was coming out for PS4, Xbox One, and of course the PS5 and Series X just came out, and it was going to run better on those consoles. Not optimized, but just run better. So, anyway, that's what they did. They came out with the game, and naturally, if you had a PS4 or Xbox One, you're pretty much SOL. It was just not a good experience at all, especially for what they've been hyping up and what people expected. However, if you had a PC, if you had a Series X, if you had a PS5, game ran pretty damn good, did it not? There were some bugs, there were some issues, but nothing to really keep me away from the game back then. There were some funny bugs though. I wish I would have recorded some of them, but I was just so excited to play the game. I was looking forward to it for a long time, and I was having a blast. I really enjoyed the main story, especially after playing Red Dead 2 a few months before that and coming to Cyberpunk. Gosh, the stories kind of had a lot in common, to be honest with you. Both of those games revolve around a main character that's living on borrowed time. But I'd say with Cyberpunk, with V, he or she, depends on who you pick, their character was. It's basically more upfront about about you living on borrowed time than Red Dead was. Red Dead was kind of more subtle until later in the game when you went to Cuba, and then it really sped it up. But it's hard to see your character go through that, because I always like building up these little Billy Badass type characters and knowing that they're vulnerable and stuff. It's just hard to see, especially Arthur on Red Dead. Good lord, but. Cyberpunk, I enjoyed the combat. I thought it was a little basic. It's like, okay, I thought we were supposed to be running around, shoot people in vehicles. Like, this is supposed to be like Grand Theft Auto on steroids. But all it really was just like a basic shooter, kind of like akin to like Destiny or Borderlands, where you get guns, you shoot things. But, I thought the combat was a little bit basic. The driving was just awful. I did not do much. I did a lot of fast traveling on that game. Uh, the police system was just non-existent. It was a bit rough, but like performance wise on the console, I got like nearly 60 frames on performance mode. It was a pretty smooth experience for me. What I did on Cyberpunk, my initial run, is I only did the main story, and I chose one of the endings. Well, you have to, but there's like 4 different options, I think, and I got to kind of pick one, and I thought it was a satisfying end. I went with the Panam ending, kind of helping the nomads out, and basically it kind of ends with V going out with the nomads searching for a cure. You don't really know if he'll get one or not, but you can kind of insinuate and just make up your own headcanon about that. But it was a decent experience. It was a fine game. I looked at my old save and I put 40 hours in it doing the main story, and you know, it was fine. That's all I can say. It was fine. It wasn't this next big thing. It wasn't exactly what I was. I don't know. It just felt like it didn't live up to whatever I had in my head envisioned for that game. Especially since Witcher 3 did so well. And so, that's like my initial. I guess I'm going to call this video the Cyberpunk, the Phantom Liberty Primer. You know, like when you're painting a room or something in the house, you kind of do like a layer of kills, like just primer paint before you go get the actual color you want the room to be and paint over it. That's kind of what this video is. It's like a primer for like the next one I'm going to do later down the road, to where I cover Phantom Liberty in depth and just kind of play through Cyberpunk again and do the main quest, the side quest, the stuff from that, the activities. I didn't do much of that in my first playthrough. I just kind of kept it main story because I always wanted an excuse to come back. Because I figured at some point the game was going to be fine, because like CD Projekt Red put all their eggs in the Cyberpunk basket at that point. So, anyway, over time the game got updates. It got optimized for the new consoles, and I would boot it. I always had it installed on the Series X, but I would boot it up every big update just to kind of load that save and just walk around the city for a bit. And I noticed it would get just incrementally better and better and better. The city got more lively and just stuff like that. And then the show on Netflix, Edge Runners, came out. There was a big update for the game. A lot of people like that. It got a lot of interest drummed up in the game, and that's when CD Projekt Red said, hey, we got this expansion called Phantom Liberty. We got Idris Elba to do it. Keanu Reeves did some extra lines. We've got just this new story to tell that kind of, it's like an adjunct to the original campaign. It has another ending. And by the way, guys, we're going to add vehicular combat. We're going to redo the game from the ground up. The talent trees are more cool. Just doing all sorts of stuff. Basically, kind of remaking it from taking what they have and just almost remaking it. But I don't know if that's the proper term. So, a revamp. I think that's better. A revamp. This patch 2.0, and then they came out and said, hey, patch 2.0 free for everybody. So if you own the game like I do, you could get the patch for free. But if you want that extra little bit of story, Phantom Liberty, that's a $30 expansion. But with CD Projekt Red and their expansions, like they're a bit priced on the higher side, but they deliver. They deliver the goods. So that's why I was really eager to try Phantom Liberty. So, like I said, my main campaign, I played as the male V. I played on the Series X. I chose the street kid as like my background. It's pretty cool having those little dialogue options, and it was a really neat game. It was fun. But now it's 2023, Phantom Liberty's out, the new revamp is out, and I'm going to play through the game again and just really soak it in, just kind of see what it's like coming back to this game and kind of see if it matched up to how I wanted it the first time, which is hard to explain because I can't really pinpoint what I expected. I was just kind of going off the marketing material, you know? So, other than that, that's pretty much all I want to say about Cyberpunk. This is just like a little primer, kind of talking about my original impressions of it. Like, I thought it was fine. Let's say 7 out of 10. I thought it was fine. It wasn't this next big thing. It wasn't the next GTA 5. It wasn't the next Elder Scrolls or The Witcher, whatever people wanted to call it. But I enjoyed it, but gosh, it felt like it could have been so much more. And I'm really curious to see with this new update in Phantom Liberty if it really lives up to that. So that's all I got for you guys. This is White Mojo Wolf signing out. Y'all have a great day, okay? See ya.